This was really a shocking report that we got this morning. I was really shocked by it because it seems like they're moving against the tide of history. Attorney General Jeff Sessions says he wants to end the Obama-era policy that let legal marijuana flourish in various states around the country. He wants to reverse that. Joining us now is Congressman Dana Rohrabacher, Republican from California, the state which just legalized recreational marijuana. How do you feel about the Attorney General saying, it's against the law at the federal level and we're going to impose that law on you guys?
Well, I think it's sad that the Attorney General is veering so far off of what President Trump campaigned on. During the campaign, he said that he believed that medical marijuana should be legal and that actual personal use for adults, as we have here in California now, should be left up to the states. And so we have now an Attorney General that does not seem to be reflecting what his boss was promising in the elections. Plus, he's thwarting the whole idea. I've known Jeff Sessions for a long time. I thought he was a constitutional conservative. We have over 40 of the states now that have legalized medical marijuana or some use of private use of marijuana. And they think it's a waste of time and a waste of resources and giving money to the drug cartel to keep it illegal. But we have now the Attorney General saying, no, the federal government is going to make all the decisions for us on this issue. It's totally contrary to the 10th Amendment and everything supposedly conservatives believe in.
Okay, got it. Hold on a second. I've got one more for you. I want to ask you about the Republican tax reform plan. Californians, especially upper-income Californians, get hit really, really hard. Now, you're a Republican. You're in California. Are you worried about your re-election in 2018 because of what the impact on California from the tax deal?
I voted against it.
Why?
Well, I voted against it because in my district, I analyzed exactly what the impact would be on my individual homeowners and families throughout my district. And tens of thousands of the families in my district were going to have a very sizable tax increase in what they were paying out. So I've always run as a low-tax, pro-freedom person. And the last thing, my voters didn't vote for me to raise their taxes, so I had to vote against it.
Now, are you expecting an exodus? We've had a lot of reports that upper-income people will exit California and go to Nevada. Upper-income New Jerseyans and New Yorkers will exit and go to Florida or Texas. You concerned about this?
Well, we have such an irresponsible state government here. The liberal left wing of the Democratic Party controls our state government, and they're just raising taxes and regulations. They are driving people out of the states, and having the write-off that the federal government does for state and local taxes has actually helped a little bit. But now that the federal government's saying, no, you got to abide by state law, that's basically going to drive a lot of people out of California.
Is it a disaster for California, New York, and New Jersey, you think? I mean, that's a loaded word, disaster.
Well, what is the disaster is their state and local governments that are controlled by the liberal left that have so swung their states, made them so vulnerable that they can't be treated like every other state in terms of their state and local taxes. Yeah. This is not to blame the Republicans. The Republicans didn't make this happen.
That's true.
It's the cries in Sacramento were the ones who did this.
Quick word, if you would, on withdrawing $250 million in aid from Pakistan. You approve?
I think the President of the United States, again, he is fulfilling his promise to the American people. No longer are we going to be patsies for dictatorships like that in Pakistan. I am proud of President Trump, and we all can be proud of President Trump for what he is doing to make sure that the American soldiers who are overseas fighting radical Islam are not actually being killed by a government like Pakistan that provides aid for radical Islamicists in Afghanistan. The last thing we need to do is have our president not be able to, and we're proud of the president for saying we're no longer going to give Pakistan the money as long as they are aiding radical Islamicists and lying to us, which they've done forever. And by the way, they gave safe haven to Osama bin Laden for years, the man who slaughtered 3,000 Americans, and then to rub it in our face, the Pakistanis still have Dr. Afridi, who is the man who helped us get Osama bin Laden. They have him in a dungeon. So I'm proud of the president for standing up to this type of arrogant and mistreatment of the people of the United States.
Well, Dana Rohrabacher, thank you very much for joining us, sir. A Republican from California. Okay, we got it. Dana, thank you very much, sir.